Hi guys, it's Crystal. Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to show you a super cute and fun way DIY Valentine gifts this Valentine's. Say that 10 times fast. This one's going to be based around somebody that's a fan of Grey's Anatomy. So I think this is super cute. This is going to be between sublimation and just vinyl decals. So I've got a ton more Valentine gifts I'll try to get to, but this is one that I'm really excited about and I thought I would go ahead and share it. I got the idea based upon, people have done this before, but my niece was wanting to make her friend a gift at Christmas time, and she made her a sweater that said, you are the Christina to my Meredith. It was one way or the other. And so I took that same font, and that's what I'm going to put on the cups, but then I went a little bit further, and I just now noticed, and I didn't notice this a while ago, that I had accidentally trimmed off her hair here, but I'm going to utilize it anyway. I think it'll be fine. So just kind of pay attention to some stuff like that. And of course it's printed backwards because this is sublimation paper. If you haven't already seen about sublimation, look back on some of my videos. You just type in sublimation or sawgrass SG400 and you should see some videos where I've already worked with that. Another one that we're going to do is this one right here. It's You Are My Person, and it's going to be on a cell phone case. These two images I actually got off Google. So remember, just to kind of look on it, if you're working with sublimation, peek on Google and see what they have first. With my Apple laptop, I'll show you at the end of this video how to just screenshot it and be able to utilize those. If not, you can find stuff on Etsy for like $1 or so. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's work with the cups first. I'm going to set these out of our way and go ahead and step into this. Okay, so what I'm going to do, the first thing you want to do is take some alcohol, and I'm going to use just a little foam, just a little piece of felt here, because I'm down here at the shop and I didn't have any paper towels on hand, but it's going to work just fine. Now the way that I'm going to do this is I'm going to do one right-handed cup and one left-handed. Now I know that whoever I'm going to be giving these is probably both right-handed, but I want to be able to have them as a set. So for example, this one is going to be on this side. We're going to have one on this side, one on this side. So if that makes sense. So I'm going to flip them around, and I'm going to go ahead and just wipe that down really good. The reason why you want to wipe it down with alcohol first, in case you wonder, is to get all the oils off of it. That way your vinyl will last a lot longer. Another thing that I recommend when you're working with vinyl on cups, something that's going to be washed, is give it a few days before you give it to whoever it's going to go to, or just let them know, give a little tag, tell them to, give it a good few days before they wash them. And the more that the adhesive on the vinyl is going to stick and last so much longer. My cups have lasted for years without peeling. Now the vinyl that I'm working with today is not like an Oracle 651. This is actually what's a removable, but I've used them and it's worked just fine for me. So I'm going to do You Are the Christina to my Meredith, and then the Meredith to my Christina. So I'm going to go ahead and start with that. Now I've already picked these up, and that way it'd just be ready to go. But like I said, I'll show you at the end of the video how I would do something like this. But I've already weeded them. I think I left a little piece of my E here. Let me get that out really quick. All right, so what I'm going to do is, like I said, I'm going to do You Are My Christina first. I'm going to zoom you guys in just a little bit. Now, I do like to put something underneath these to kind of hold them up for me while I'm working. So I'm just taking some scrap fabric here, and I'm just going to lay it down like this. Something to kind of give it some cushion and kind of help me hold it while I'm going to pop this down. So what I'm going to do is just kind of eyeball it here, trying to get it in the center. Hopefully you guys can see this. I'm going to try to get something. So I'm just taking another t-shirt to kind of pop up the handle here. And I'm going to go ahead and just pay attention and make sure that I've got it centered. So I'm going to push just down on just a little bit of it and look at it, and that looks pretty good to me. So I always like to get my center going right here and then push down on one side and then come back and work on the other. And you could always go ahead and, I haven't pushed this side down yet, so you can come in and kind of push. Now sometimes you don't really need, you could just really push down with your finger, and that's the way that I'm kind of learning here recently, is I really like, when I'm working with something like this, is to just use my fingers. It's just so much easier and just works a whole lot better with you on something that's got like a curve to it when you use your fingers. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and start peeling up this side. Then I'm going to start to push down this side as I pull up. That way I don't have to worry about it trying to curve. And it's just working out a whole lot easier. So I've kind of learned a few tips and tricks along the way, is doing one side and then doing the other. Just don't completely lift it up without starting to push down on the next side, if that makes sense. So I'll get my basic grip down. Got one more piece wanting to pull up on me. So just like that. All right. Now the reason why I wanted to tell you, the reason why I chose to do this light blue is because their scrubs that they wear are this light blue. And then I did the hearts for hearts, obviously. But I decided to go with a light blue because I was actually looking for a black inside my stash of my vinyl. You guys know me with my vinyl. And I seen this blue and I thought, you know what, that would actually be perfect because of their scrubs. So this one says, "You're the Christina to my Meredith." All right. And then we're going to do the next one. It wouldn't matter which way that you're going to do them. But I think this would be a super cute gift to do for best friends, or if you're even if you're a couple that watches Grey's Anatomy together, this would be really cute. But it would definitely be a cute gift for a pair of friends that loves to watch, even a mom and daughter that may watch this together, or best friends, whichever way it may be. So just kind of pushing down on one side. I'll get it down really good, just like this. It's like we get from one holiday and then we just move on to the next. And I love to see the change in the years, you know, as you go back watching YouTube videos and stuff and see what comes back in style and what's going back out, and just I don't know, I just love the difference. So I'm kind of excited to see what popular colors there will be for 2019 and just stuff like that. So here we go. So I know that, speaking of Grey's Anatomy, apparently it's what like the teenagers are watching. So they've all went back and binge watched on Netflix the Friends. See, here you go. So you got "You're the Meredith to my Christina." Isn't that cute? I love it. Love, love, love it. Now on my O's, I did mess up a little bit when I was weeding those because they should have been, you know, more round, but they just kind of tore it a little bit and I left it alone. So there's the cups. Aren't they cute? Now these cups right here I didn't mention. I've mentioned it before if you watch some of my videos. These cups right here that are round and cute, I found them at Michael. Got this little round style here. They're super cute. I think you can also get something like this at Walmart. And it'd probably be like 88 cents. So, but anyways, I think they're super cute. Obviously the Dollar Tree has them, but they're more like the, I don't know how to explain them straight. They're not like this round look. I really love this round look. So there is the cups that match. Super cute. So since I had made that shirt for my niece at Christmas, I decided to go back and check it out, and I'm obsessed. I'm fixing to hit season 3, so I'm really excited about it. So nobody spoil that for me, but it's really fun to be able to binge watch it since I've never watched it before. Okay, so the shirt, I've talked about these before. These are my absolute favorite. This is the Gildan Dry Blend because they're 50-50. Because you know if you're working with sublimation, it's at least got to be 50% polyester. It's supposed to be 100%. If you definitely want the best look that you can get, it really needs to be 100% polyester. Using this today, I've already printed it out, like I said, on Text R print paper, which looks like this. But you do have to have, I get that question, you do have to have the special sublimation, you know, ink to go with this stuff. So what I'm going to do now, it's not going to do any of this white because there's no white sublimation ink, so I don't have to worry about all that snazzies. But what I'm going to do is just trim this down just a little bit so I'm not having to really worry about it. Like so. Just so I can kind of figure out where I want it and I could really see, you know what I mean, whenever I'm going to go take this down. And then when I'm working with sublimation, I do want to pre-press this really quick, so I'm going to do that really quick. So I just gave that a pre-press for about 5 seconds or so. Now the next thing you want to do with the shirts, this is a step that I really keep forgetting, is you want to use your lint roller, which I don't have one here, but if you don't, I'm going to show you what I've been doing. I have about 1 million at the house. I just hadn't brought any down here. So what I've been doing, this is my contact paper for the vinyl here. You could use tape, whatever, but it's just kind of what I have. And just kind of sticking that on, rolling it around, and then I'm going to dab. Because if you do not do this, which I have done it a bunch and it's happened to me, but I've kind of just like, whatever, it's fine. You will get blue dots. It will dye it for some weird reason and you will end up with these blue dots. So definitely make sure you use a lint roller. Don't skip that step. Use the lint roller and go over it, or get a piece of tape like I did. And hopefully I've covered everything and I don't have to worry about that happening today, but we'll see. All right, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up this image here where I'm wanting it. So say that I'm happy with it, because you really want like 3 fingers down. Say that I'm happy with it here. I'm going to kind of, I can see the image through here. So hopefully, I think you guys can kind of see it too. what I'm going to do is take my ruler here. I'm going to go on this side of her, so that's about 6 almost. And then I'll come up to her hair here, 5.5. Let's see. I'm thinking that should be okay. All right. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to take some of that heat protecting tape. I can never say this name. Heat resistant heat. I'm going to take some heat resistant tape. I'll have it linked below as always. You get them on Amazon too for like 10 bucks, I think I've always said. I hadn't had to purchase in a long time. You get 2 really big rolls, and a little bit goes a long ways, and you can use it over and over again. But I really like being able to hold down my image so that way it's not going to shift on me. So let's go ahead and take this over to the heat press that I'm using. I've done a video on it. I ordered it from Heat Press Nation. This is the Craft Press Pro, and I believe it's like 13 by 9. I'm loving the size of it. It's working out great for me. Make sure that you put a piece of parchment paper down first and then one on top. If you don't, you could have the chance of ink going through, and it could mess up your platen. And make sure that you get one on top. You can use these over and over again until they get ink on them. Once they get ink on them, you want to just throw them away and get a new piece. So I have it set at 385 for 60 seconds. I'm going to adjust my pressure because you really just need a light pressure. I'm going to go ahead and stop it there. There's still 15 seconds on the clock, but I'm going to go ahead and stop it at that point and check it. I think that looks good enough to me, so I'm going to go ahead and stop it at that point. You forget with the 50-50 dry blend that you will get a yellowing if you go too long on it. So actually try to go about, what, go about 45 seconds. Go about 45 to 50 seconds. So there it is. I'll zoom it in. Isn't that super cute? So it'll be a great gift. You could do matching, like I've talked about that we did with the sweatshirts. You could do this saying on 2 different sweatshirts, or you could do 2 of these. That way each of you have one. Would be super cute. So there's the shirt. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and we're going to work on our cell phone case. Now this is for the iPhone X, but there's different ones. I ordered mine from Amazon. I'll have it linked below. I did a whole video on this, and I'll try to leave that video below. But what it does, it comes like this in these little packages, and I think it came with 5 or 10. I can't remember. But anyways, make sure the very first thing that you want to do is peel off. There's like a little piece of plastic coating. That's to protect this from scratches before you get it. So you want to make sure and peel that first. If not, you're just going to melt that and ruin, you could possibly ruin your platen, especially if you don't have something on there. But it's going to ruin this, and you just have to throw it away. So there's a thin plastic like this. Hopefully you guys can see that. You want to peel that off first. Try to do that right away so you can remember when you're first doing this project. It comes with this little bag which has a seal here. So if you're going to sell these, you can peel that open and put it back in there. And then just like this, and you'll peel this, and that'll have the sticky. It'll pop back down in there. So what you're going to do, in this printer, I'll show you in a minute, there is a settings, and it stays up to date. Like I can type in iPhone X, and it's going to ask me, you know, the plastic or the metal, you know, which one it is. And so this is the one that I'm doing, and it's going to be, because it's going to be in this direction here, right? So if it's going to be in this direction, because I can see, because you are my person, so I'm going to have it in this direction here. So what I'm going to do to get mine to line up just correctly, flip that over. I'm going to flip this over and get that lined up as best as possible, which I could possibly, I'm just going to make sure I'm lining up down here at the bottom. I could possibly trim that down some, but I'm going to go ahead and just leave it like that. I think that looks good to me. So once you have it where you want it to be, you could always trim that down if you want to. There's different ones too that have like an outline so you can kind of see, but I didn't utilize that one today. This is a different one I used. I think I usually clicked on the plastic, but this time I clicked on metal because it is metal. So you want to do it just like that. Now we're going to go over, and I'm going to flip it up this way. All right. And this one I'm going to do for the full 60 seconds. So once again, I have my parchment paper down. I've got my paper here. And I'm going to pop this down, and I'm going to push that in. So I'm going to close that down. Tighten it up just a little bit, and I'm going to leave that for the whole 60 seconds. Open. And I'm going to pull this out. And I do recommend that you let this cool down first because it's going to be super hot because of the metal. Okay, so the difference between this, I mean, you may say, well, how come those look a little bit brighter than this one? Is because, for one, this is not 100% polyester. This one is, because this has that poly coating. So this is 100% polyester, this is not. So when you use 100% polyester, that's where you're gonna get that really vibrant, this should be cooled down enough now. So like this, hopefully you guys can see that. You see that? Now these cell phone cases here, they're super shiny. You can see that gloss there, I love them. But you can definitely see the difference. Look at their scrubs, their hair, compared to these colors here. So this is what happens when you step outside from that polyester. So just keep that in mind if you recently purchased one of these during the holidays and you've been playing with it a little bit and you're like, how come mine is looking a little bit more dull? That's why. But another thing that I have changed in my settings is I'm setting it to vivid. So what you're gonna do for the next step is we're gonna peel this back off. And like I said, this would be the same process for any phone case. So even if it is, you know, your circles here or whatever it may be, it'll just change your design for this. It won't have this piece, it would have a circle here, wherever it may be. So you could do this for any phone. So the next thing you're gonna do is pop this down, but I thought I would show this ahead of time so maybe you guys could order some of these. These were pretty affordable. I can't really remember, say 20 bucks for 10, whatever it may be. So all you're gonna do is just go around. You could touch this. This is not gonna come off. The image light is into it. It just like melts into it. It'll never wipe off. It'll never fade. It just becomes one with it. So it's kind of like dyeing fabric, but except for it's not gonna like wash out at all. So there's the phone case. Isn't that cute? I love it. Super cute. And then here is the shirt one more time. So far, like I said, this would be a super cute gift. It doesn't matter if you were just given the phone case or whether you were given the t-shirt or whether you were doing the cups or whether you made a basket together. The basket would be cute together to throw some candies in there. Those little, they look like wine bottles. I showed it for the baby shower, the ones that look like the apple cider and stuff like that. Throw some of those in there with this. That would be so cute. But like I said, I love the blue because of the scrubs and all of that. So if you guys are not interested in, you know, knowing how I kind of mess with this on the computer, you could go ahead and shut it down now. I truly appreciate you guys watching. I always appreciate you being here, and I hope we have an amazing 2019. So if you're somebody that is wondering how I did the rest of this, just stay tuned. So here is the Creative Studio. So if you have the Sawgrass, or whether it may be a sublimation printer, I'm sure they've got some sort of designer software. I've had people ask me, can you use this with something else? No, this belongs to that Sawgrass printer. So this is specifically designed, you have to put in like a code, things like that. This is designed to be used with that. Now, can you use this with, you know, what is it, like my Cricut and stuff like that. So say that I designed it on my Cricut and I want to print it out, yes, you can still use this. But you've had to purchase the Sawgrass to get the codes to be able to utilize it, if that makes sense. But yes, you would be able to use it with your Silhouette, your Cricut, whatever, and then go to hit print through this printer and it would print it. So, but anyways, so if you wanted to create like the cell phone case, say that we were creating this, the first thing I want to show you is if you're wanting to make it more vivid. Okay, so say that we're ready to go. What you're going to do is you're going to hit print, which is right up here. You're going to name it. I always just leave it alone, my design. It's going to warn me, tell me it already exists. I say okay, because I don't save any of these files here. Now if you did, you would want to rename it. I'm going to click here to print, and that's immediately going to like do this whole download thing. Mine, if it doesn't pop up for you, what happens with me is mine is behind here. So if I move this down a little bit, there it is. So it'll pop up just like this. So I've got it set. I always leave it on polyester fabric. I could have changed it since it was the metal, the white silver. I could have put it on that. I've tried that. I think I did that with the cell phone and stuff. Wasn't a fan of it. I just kind of leave everything on polyester fabric. That's just me. All right, so that's the first thing, polyester fabric. You're going to choose your paper, which I have text print R, and I always keep the source to auto. It automatically mirrors it for you, and I keep it on high quality. Then if you go to color here, I keep it on vivid. So used to, I believe it was like on photo, or it was on one of these, but I changed, I think it was on graphic. I tried photographic, it didn't work good for me either. Vivid has been the best. So I just click vivid, and then I, you know, come back here. So if you go to color, it automatically will be like that every time until you go back in and change it. And that's just what I do, and then you would hit print. I don't need to show you that because obviously we've already went through that. On my ink level so far, so I'm still working on the exact same ink. Let me get you guys flipped around, and excuse my shakiness because I'm holding it with my hand, but there is the ink levels. You can see they're still full, And what is it? The K, which is black. Black is still really full. The one all the way to the right, that's the trash. That's where it dumps the excess ink when it's cleaning itself. So I wanted to just show you that really quick because I do get that question quite a bit. So I'm still running on the exact same ink. All right, so there's that. Now, let me exit out of this and bring this guy back up. All right, so if I was going to be doing a cell phone, what I do is I go to product. And let me actually exit this. Let me take this and delete it so I can show you bringing it in. So delete. Okay. So I go to product and I would type in iPhone X. Okay, iPhone. And you would type in 7 or 6 or Android, whatever it may be. So iPhone X, and then this is what options you can get. So look where, so the one that I may have ordered may have been the whole back cover, and so you can see where that white piece is here. Hopefully you guys can see that. So that would be my case. And it may say, so 3D cover, yours may be in this direction here, cut off that way. You may have, like I said, that little bit of that. It just depends on the way that you got it. So the one I used today was this aluminum insert. See how it still showed this round? Mine's not like that. That's why I never choose it. I usually choose this one right here, which says plastic, but mine is aluminum. But for some reason, I don't think there was an aluminum with that straight that way. So I've always just left it. So when I do it again, and this one has like a border around it, so don't feel like you have to choose. Just basically, this is what I have. I should have just stuck with it, but it's fine. So there's that. Now, if I was working with a t-shirt, I've showed you that before, so I'm going to say t-shirt. Oh, let me actually type that in so I can show you putting the image on there, how I've been doing it. So say I chose this one. I'm going to click it. So here it is. So I want to bring in my image. I would click on images. And then what I'm going to do is I've already have them on here. I'm going to choose, which would be this one here. And now mine is going to be, it comes in really big and it's going to be sideways. So what I do, you're going to push this. So this arrow here, that's going to bring it in. So I just start bringing it in. And then this one's going to be rotate. So I'm going to start rotating mine until I get it to right about there. Looks, ooh, one too many. Nope, that was right. Okay. And then I can bring it in some more. So say that like this. And then once I need to, I can always drag it a little bit more. So say like that if I wanted to. But I brought mine to where I was paying attention with the bottom piece here. So that's what I was kind of watching. So you want to center. Now I ignore the white because the white is not going to print. We've talked about that before. There is no white in your sublimation ink. So always ignore that white. You just want to pay attention to the colors. So I just lined that up to where I wanted it to be and say I was happy with that. I would then hit print. Okay, so there was a phone. Now, if I was going to do a t-shirt, I would just come up here and type in t-shirt, right? And then I would just find the most basic, and this is what I like right here, t-shirt, and then you would pick vertical. You got the back side, or you could do the front, and you can change it to vertical, horizontal, whichever one. Now, I have it on A4, and obviously this is not A4. I should have changed it to letter. But that's fine, and that's probably where I ended up getting my hair cut off, maybe. Let's see, or maybe it was when yeah, that's probably how I got my hair cut off. So I'm gonna go ahead and rotate this way. There we go. And then I can bring this back down. Now this one is not the one that I did just a second ago, but that's how I'd line those up. Remember, ignore the white because it's not going to do anything. You're just paying attention to the colors. So say I was happy with that. Once again, I would just go up and hit print. So, and you could look if you wanted to know about what size that's looking. Here's going to be your height and width and stuff like that, so you can see that. So there's that. Now, let me show you how I screenshot. So what I did was I typed in, "You're the Meredith to my Christina." Now this is the one where, because you could bring any of these in. So if I wanted to bring these into Cricut Design Space, for one, I would click to see if they have, make sure they're not copyrighted or anything like that. And then I would see if they have a file to download. Now if they don't have a file to download, let's say for example, let's say that this was free, okay? So say that I zoomed in or clicked on it or whatever, because I don't know if this is free, I don't know where it's going to take me. So what I would do is I hit Shift Command 4 on my computer if you have a Mac. Shift Command 4, let go of it. Now my mouse is ready. You're going to get this little weird thing here. I would click, hold down with my mouse, and I would drag right to whatever I want to cover that. once you let go of it, after you drag, it's going to automatically save it to your computer. Go find it, double check that it looks good, and then there that is. So that's what I do. Now with this one, I went to Etsy and I purchased it. If you were going to be going to Etsy, so here it is. So say this is the one, it's $2. I would click on it, you know, that'll purchase that. You are my person. But once again, you could write these out yourself. I like supporting people. For one, it saves me time sometimes. If I'm in a hurry, it's a last minute gift. Just don't forget about them. Yeah, I mean, Etsy is a great way to support our other crafters, okay? $2 is not bad, and especially if you're in a hurry. So that's what I did there. So I think that was pretty much it. That's the only things I really needed to kind of show. And then when you bring them in, it's already an SVG, so they're super easy to bring into Design Space. I will do another video on that very quickly. So I'll bring you guys back down here and show it one more time. So here is our super cute cell phone case. Like I said, it's got that gloss and everything. If you want to see really quickly, I'll show you guys how I pop that on. So here's mine. All you got to do here, it's like a rubber backing here. It just pops on just like that. So it just pops on just like that. See how cute that is? You are my person. There's your phone or your camera. But these ones have like a grippy on them. They're just really cute. So there it is. So that's how that pops on there. Super cute. Okay, so there's cell phone. Once again, the shirt. Super cute. I love it. And then our cups. And there's our cups. Super cute. You're the Christina to my Meredith. You're the Meredith to my Christina. I think those are adorable. And I'll probably give these to my kids so they can give them out to their friends because I think they're super cute. Now, as for this cell phone case, I'm probably going to keep it. It's really cute. I'm quite addicted to the show right now. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap that up. I hope you guys have an amazing 2019. I hope you guys have made some super great goals. This year, my goal is not to make unrealistic goals, and I'm just going to kind of go with the flow. I hope that we have a great year here at YouTube, and we create some fun stuff and get to hang out. So I hope you guys subscribe and hit the like button down below, and I will see you guys on the next one.